Thanksgiving holiday's over. Welcome all. Wayne, Kurt.
What's up, guys?
Trash and Talk Pods back again, back at it. How was your holiday, Kurt?
My holiday was good. It was eventful.
Yeah?
Thanksgiving, well, my son was home for the week, which was nice.
Yep.
So everybody, I was hanging out with the kids all week, which is always good.
It's always a plus.
Yeah. Thanksgiving, morning, my mother and my kids, we went for like a breakfast brunch type deal because the kids spent Thanksgiving with their mom.
Okay.
So I had that in the morning with them, which was nice. And then at night I was at my mother's. It was me, my mother, my brother, my nephew, his boyfriend. So
All right, cool.
good times.
Yeah.
Your pictures that you posted look very
Eventful.
very eventful, very nice. Thanksgiving, beautiful Thanksgiving family pictures. I felt like stuff was missing from them.
What do you mean?
I mean me. I mean me, Wayne. Do I got to reach out to your sister personally, send her a DM,
To get an invite?
and be like, hello?
Honestly, I'm not even going to lie. I don't think she could fit another person at that table. That she
I would have
could
went
take.
on the back deck.
Yeah.
Is there a sliding window?
Yeah.
I could have just watched this from there.
But we do that in the basement, actually. She does that big-ass table for 36 people, I think there was. 36, 37 people.
It's a lot of people.
Yeah, it's a lot. They
How
do
many turkeys?
3 20-pound turkeys. But let me, that's a little gripe I got because the 20-pounders aren't 20-pounders anymore. I think it's all bullshit.
A 10-pounder looks like a fucking Cornish game hen.
Exactly. It's like I remember as a kid, the 20-pounder would like break the rack in the fucking
Yeah,
oven.
it was a monster.
You had to lower the rack the lowest it could. It was touching the top. Now, I don't know. It's just not 20 pounds. There's no fucking way.
Oh, maybe we should look into that.
Yeah, I think they're adding like
People wanna know.
additives. Too many additives. Maybe they're putting lead in it.
I know I wasn't happy with dinner.
Why?
Well, my Thanksgivings growing up as a kid was with my Italian side of my family.
Oh, little meatballs and parmigiano.
Well, there was always a little lasagna or maybe a little manigot, stuffed shells, ziti, something.
with the old brajol.
Yeah, well, I'm not a big fan of brajol. That's you. Remember Lou Brajol? That's you.
Well,
So
okay.
I get to my mom's
well.
house, all excited because I'm like, ooh, which one is it going to be? Is it going to be the, regular pasta, maybe something?
Yeah, the old Italian stuff.
Little trinkets and treats on the table for before dinner. Stuffed mushrooms, shit like that. No antipasta. I guess she's skipping out. The fucking lady's got more money than God. But all right, it is what it is.
Well, listen, she's taking a break.
She breaks out. Oh, help me bring everything in. Turkey, candied yams, candied sweet potatoes, all that bullshit, turnips, stuffing. I'm looking around.
The Italians were left out of it.
I swear to God, I was going to fucking break her hip. I told her. I said, you pull this shit next year, I will fucking
Can't
break your hip.
mom's hip just because she didn't make a nice manigot.
Nothing.
Well, listen, maybe she's listen, it's a lot of cooking.
I don't give a shit.
Well,
She's
that's
got nothing else
just a
to
lot,
do.
Did she make like fresh pasta and all that or no?
She didn't make any pasta.
But I'm saying like years past. Like, did she go
fucking
really
lasagna
get into it?
is her go-to.
And she didn't make lasagna?
No.
Oh,
Whatever,
maybe I'll
dude.
have to call her.
Yeah, maybe you should call
Maybe
her.
I'll call her.
She likes everybody else but me.
Yeah, but I mean, listen, that's the Italian end, and I know a lot of Italians
love
that
that.
do all that.
I love that.
See, I never did that. My father's side, which is Italian, like my aunt does it. I think for like her side of the that whole big family, but my mother always did the turkey and the stuffing
Very annoying.
and all that stuff. But I also had Wendy's family here Wednesday, which was good. I had 2 days of Thanksgiving. I had a lot of turkey.
A lot to give thanks
A lot to give thanks for, of course. Family, friends, and everyone out there. But it's just I just fucking ate too much. It's just honest. I just eat too much. I think I put on like 6 pounds.
It's all right. You'll lose
And
it.
it's unnecessary. Yeah,
You'll lose it.
I will, but it's just annoying. It's like going in, you're gonna eat like you have two assholes,
didn't go
and
nuts.
then you still do it. You're like, no, I'm not gonna do it, and you
didn't go
still do
nuts.
it.
But I'll tell you one thing my mother's good for. Always giving me something to go home with.
So you got some lefties.
And I killed that bitch yesterday. I totally went off my diet.
Yeah.
Well, not bad. but I made a sandwich.
Oh,
And in that sandwich was turkey, stuffing, candied sweet potatoes, and cranberries on top.
Oh, man.
Oh, God, it was so good. It was so fucking good, bro.
So you probably on the toilet this morning for a little bit.
Yeah, just shitting.
Oh, great. There goes that. There goes that, people. No, but let me ask you, are you like a stuffing end? Like, is it the old-fashioned, like, stovetop? Like, in the crumbled, like, chunks?
Not like chunky, but yeah.
Because my grandmother makes a Polish stuffing that is to die for. My mother now makes it. My aunts now make it. And it's... What they really do is like use loaves of Wonder Bread, or like white bread.
Yeah.
And they crumble it up and wet it down.
That's the old school way to do it.
You know, rip it apart, and then the eggs and the onions and the celery. I mean, it's unbelievable. The wife's not a huge fan of it, but because she grew up on
Do they put
stovetop,
sausage in it?
she doesn't do the sausage. We never put any meat in it. So
I seen a cool thing on TikTok.
what you got?
They made stuffing. People bought a whole, I guess it was a crave case. Chopped it all up.
I did see that.
Put that in a bowl and then put celery and all the shit in it. And it looked good.
But just, oh man. I mean, the crave case alone is not good for you.
Listen to me. Growing up,
But
I was friends with this kid, George Kutras, right? We were fucking, this is the days of Bay Street.
yeah.
When the White Castle was right there, right? So we were getting all banged up one night at Club A, fucked up. So we had like a contest after we walked out of the bar. We each got a crave case.
Who can finish it?
This fucking guy.
You ate the
it.
whole case?
The whole fucking crave case. I was fucking whacked out. I was probably on some
Yeah, I mean,
illegal stuff too,
I'll
but
be honest, it wasn't my go-to, but there were kind of days where I'm like, I could use that. Like those onions just set you off, man, on that burger. And it's like 2 bites and it's gone.
I love it.
It's not good for you.
None of that shit's good for you.
No, especially that though. I mean, we used to get the chicken rings, and I don't know exactly
That's not
where
real chicken, I
where
don't think.
chickens in the shape of the letter O are running around this country,
There's
but
no way.
there's no chicken in there.
Well, I guess you take a piece of chicken and punch it out.
Yeah, but you know how many pieces of chicken you would have to punch out for the amount of chicken rings they sell? You get a 20 sack. That's like fucking 6 chickens running around with circles in their fucking, with holes in themselves.
In their hip. Right over the hip. Right where the meat is.
But yeah, I saw that too, and it's just, people are fucking gross.
Well, my mother's making
Pasta today?
No, for Christmas.
Oh, you put the law. You said if you do this shit to Christmas, during Christmas, I ain't coming.
Yeah.
Well, they have
I
to.
basically threw down the gauntlet. I said, you don't do this shit, it's over. You'll never see your grandkids ever again.
Sometimes threatening people is the only way to do it.
That's what I gotta do with this lady. She thinks she's fucking Mussolini.
Yeah.
It's her rules. It ain't your fucking rules, lady. I make the rules.
Yeah.
You're gonna be 80 years old. I control what
I'm the
happens
boss
to you now.
Now I'm the boss.
Yeah.
Well,
She
I
don't
mean,
get
that's
it.
a little far-fetched. I guess I mean, I wouldn't do it to my mom, but it's like, all right, you got to do what you got to do, bro. If you got to eat that fucking meatball, you got to get that meatball.
I was with her last night. She was feeling herself. My friend's
She was,
good friends, she was feeling herself like she was drinking.
oh, okay.
She had a couple.
Mama Guess was
Which is
getting it
big,
down.
big
All
deal.
right, all right.
So my friend's parents, which were like parents to me growing up as a kid, they throw a Christmas party every year. For whatever reason, they can't do it when they usually do it, like the second week of December, because conflicts with other people, like
Okay.
doing things. So they did it last night, which was kind of bizarre to have a Christmas party last night. But it was nice because it's out of the way now.
No, but you got to realize.
You're always running around during Christmas time, I mean. and
Exactly.
Shit
the
like
time
that.
goes so fast.
So it was nice, 60 people. But Mama Dukes was there. My best friend Matt's, his mom was there. The Molinellis, you know the Molinellis, right? Their
Yeah.
mom was there. My friend Pete's mom was there. It was like second mother to me.
It was a nice little gathering.
Yeah, and then all of us. And I'm watching all the mothers. They're all sitting at the island in the kitchen. Got a really big island. And they're talking about, well, let's go out after this. They were like fucking with us.
Oh,
I said,
snap.
you ain't going nowhere, Marie. I had 2 fucking glasses of wine. Where do you think you're going?
She wanted to hit up Club
Straight
Med.
home.
She probably
dude.
named 10 places that aren't even open.
Dude, I tortured
still.
her. I torture her every day because she goes out a lot. My mom now.
Well, good for her.
Since my dad passed,
Yeah.
she joined a lot of different groups, so she made a lot of friends. So she's always out. She's never home.
Yeah, but that's what they need to do at
Oh,
that
well,
age.
that bro. When my father died,
so good for her.
I thought it was going to be the end.
No,
Because she was
it's-
so messed up at first.
Yeah.
You know, understandable.
They have to find their lane of now what do I do?
Yes.
And it takes a little time.
Yeah.
And there's no, you can't fault them on that.
She's good though, my mother. She's
When they-
active, bro.
When you're married for that many years, I mean, Jesus, it's like your whole world flips upside down.
And they did everything together. Oh my
Yeah.
dad. So to see her making all these new friends and doing all this stuff is nice.
Yeah.
You know.
No, it's good.
stuff.
That's good stuff. But like you were saying with the whole Christmas thing, you don't realize it's only 3 weeks away.
Yeah, I
Today's
know.
December 1st. And
I gotta actually do a lot of online shopping today when I get home.
yeah, it's just out of control. How fast it's going.
Every day goes by fast. Does it seem like it's gone faster since you retired?
I mean, listen, being retired for 5 years is just absurd right now. That it's been 5 years already. It's scary.
What's
But-
that song? Kenny Chesney, right? Blank.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's true. I mean, before you know it, I mean, you probably see it. Before you know it, your kids are in college and leaving.
I swear to you, man. I feel like it was yesterday. They were little.
Yeah. That's why I try to absorb as much as I can with the kids now.
Yeah.
And, listen, they're awesome. I yelled more these last 4 days at my children. And it's only one loud, get loud because they were messing around a little bunch. And then I go back to something I read where when you yell at your kids, you're taking away something they're having fun. So now you're taking fun away from them.
Yeah.
And they were just fooling around and they knocked something over and I was just not in the mood. I was dealing with something else, So I'm like, I smell gas in the house.
Yeah.
So, next thing you know, I got a gas meter out. I'm moving stoves. And it was just because somebody had the stove on a little too long and let a little too much gas out.
Yeah.
And they knocked something over. It just caught me to where my sister-in-law was like, she like jumped up. She was like, holy shit, I've never heard you scream like that. I'm like, well, I don't like to at all. I don't like yelling at the
But
kids.
shit happens.
Exactly. And then I bring it back. I'm like, what am I doing?
As a parent, no parent is perfect.
No.
Ever. And it happens. You yell at them. You might not mean it and you feel guilty afterwards. But trust me, the kids know the level of their fun. Right?
Yeah.
They know when they're pushing it.
When the
They
buttons
know.
are pushed, yep.
They know. And they're waiting for that. Cut the shit out from you or mom. So
I'm going to see how far they can go.
it didn't upset them.
No, yeah.
They just knew, like, all right, we that was the limit.
too much.
That was the limit.
Yeah, it's too much sometimes. But no, it's now the time of, all right, Thanksgiving's over, and when it's late, now this month is just going to fly.
Oh, God.
Before you know it, it's going to be New Year's. You're going to have everybody at the gym, all up in your way, all up in your space
only for like
for
3
4
weeks.
days.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
I
like
mean,
3 weeks.
4 days. But yeah, it's Christmas, man. You saw upstairs, the house exploded. I was outside freezing my balls off
It's all right.
yesterday.
Good dad.
And yeah,
used to
you do
enjoy
it for
that
the
shit.
kids. You know,
Yeah.
I ain't proving nothing out there for no neighbors or anybody driving by.
Oh, you do? So your kids have that feeling every time they come home?
Yeah. Listen, I remember, growing up, Christmas was always big for us. My parents did everything they could. My father used to dress up, and he's got movies still to this day of him coming in as Santa, and those are the things I remember. So those are the things I want to give my kids. This is the one time a year pretty much I don't get yelled at for spending money. That's the way I look at it. I could
that's
buy
true.
my kids things, and she gets mad. Wendy will get upset, but then I'm like, when? Just whatever. It is what it is, And that's what you do. You'll do anything for your kids, but the spending money on them now is like, oh, all right, it's Christmas. You just get it through.
My father always did this thing, right? So you'd get your Christmas presents. You'd open everything up, your stocking. And then after you were done with everything, my father would go, and this is from me.
So you get an envelope
With money.
of cash.
Cash. But I used to laugh, because you'd be like, me and my brother would be like, me and Steven, because you realize it more when you're older.
Yeah.
My brother was already passed by that time, my other brother. So you would be like, how much you think we're getting this year? Stephen would be
I
like,
don't know. I got to pay my car.
Stephen would be like, I don't know, maybe we're not getting nothing. Daddy's always complaining.
Yeah.
I go, there's no possible way he's stopping this tradition. He's done it every year since we were like, I guess when we would realize that it was from him.
Yeah.
This is from me and your mother.
Yeah.
As you know,
Get older and
get older and
don't-
you realize what's
yeah.
going on. And he would be like, and this is from me. So I started that tradition with my kids.
Okay.
So I'll give them, like, give
Yeah,
them.
because can you really, like, think of, like, just put this into perspective. Like, do you really think that our dads were out there at Target, at Kmart, like, shopping for us?
No.
So that was their thing.
Yeah, that
you
was
know?
his thing. That was his this is for me thing. But he was always like, it was cool. It was nice to get it. But it was different when I was married because it felt like I was being my dad.
Yeah.
This is for me and your mom. So
Exactly.
now I give them their gifts. Then I go, this is from me.
Yeah.
But everything
I
is
bought
just from me
everything
anyway.
else. Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, so it's a little fucking different, but I didn't want to break tradition.
No, yeah, and that's a great tradition, and that's
Yeah,
the
it was
thing. It's
cool.
all about the traditions. You know?
Yeah.
Like I have a big tree outside. So in my old house, my father used to put this massive tree up in front of the house. You'd go on the roof, and he would hook lights down to a porch that we had, and one strand up, one strand down, one strand up, and it made it look like a tree with a massive star on the roof. So it's just like bringing that back to show my kids what I did.
without a
You
doubt.
know?
You want your kids to have memories.
Yeah, and it's fun to
It
me.
makes them, when they have kids.
I
they'll-
love this shit. I do.
Yeah, so do I.
Christmas is like the best time. I don't know. It brings out the best of people that, like, at work, I'm trying to, like, every day I walk through the halls now playing Christmas music, and everybody's like, oh, Wayne, no. I'm like, guys, I will get you all into this fucking holiday. But now they're all like decorating their areas already,
Good.
you know, and that's what it is. It's bringing the best out of people because everybody's got a little, you know, a little of that in them. It's just some people.
You got to get out of them.
Yeah, you got to drag it out of some people sometimes.
I love giving.
Yeah.
I could care less if I get.
Okay.
That's just the way I always was.
That's not going to go well in prison, but whatever. They're not saying that shit.
You're a fucking dick. So I just tell the kids, don't worry about me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we don't. Well, let's put it this way: me and Wendy don't exchange. Like, don't buy me anything.
Yeah.
But we always do. Like I was telling her last night, I was like, oh well, you know, I got you a few things you're not supposed to. And then, you know, 2 minutes later, she's like, well, yeah, I got you something. I'm like, so you know you're gonna get something. You see something, you're like, oh, you know what? I think she'll enjoy this. But we always have things Christmas morning for us. But we don't get like the big stuff anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, we just did the backyard. We just did all that. That's our
That's your
Christmas
gift.
gift to
Yeah,
each
without
other.
a doubt.
You know, that goes on, you know, forever and ever, as long as we're in this house. But yeah, it's gonna creep up, and the new year will be upon us. But it shit just goes fast, man.
Way too fast.
But what's the plans now when Gerald comes home?
Christmas Eve.
How long's he home
He's
for?
home for a month. He's home for a month.
Okay.
He's going to work at JD's in the mall.
Okay.
So he'll be working pretty much, I don't know how many days a week, but he'll be working. You know, hanging out with his friends and shit. And
Yeah, make a little scratch.
yeah, he's
Bring
good like
home to
that.
college.
He likes to make a little bit of money. He's good like
That's
that.
good. He's a hustler.
And then Christmas Eve is with me, and Christmas was with his mom. Christmas Eve and then Christmas morning is with me, and then Christmas Day is with his mom. The three of them, you know, they works out.
All right.
We never did the whole every other. We kept to a set thing, and it works. So
Yeah, for us it was, you know, we used to do, I mean, into a few years of marriage, we used to do like go to this one and then go to Staten Island, go to my mother's or my sister's all day,
Yeah.
and then go to Staten Island or vice versa. And then finally I'm just like, you know what, fuck this driving shit. Like, let's just go to your aunt's house on Christmas and that's it.
Yeah.
Like, I see my family Christmas Eve and my mother does a whole thing for all of us, and that's pretty much it. That's when I'll exchange with my nieces and nephews and, you know, my parents, but it
is
just
that when you
gets
have the
too
pierogies?
much. No, she doesn't make pierogies for that.
When is she making these things?
Pierogies really don't get made much anymore,
At all?
unfortunately. It's
Your grandmother
It's a
gave me
lot of work.
Your grandmother gave me.
yeah.
Yeah, she
She
did.
made the shit out of pierogies.
When I walked
man.
in there, in that kitchen, she had the whole
Yeah.
The whole
Covered
thing.
a whole table
Yeah.
with her
I remember
with
that.
her
I fucking
table
remember
cover
that.
that was just for pierogies.
Yeah, I was there. I was walked in. She made them for me.
And yeah, I gotta start making them. It's just a lot of work, but
The Polish store on the bottom of Jersey Street. You remember it?
I don't. I mean, there were a few on Staten Island.
Fucking phenomenal.
It's probably a Mexican
So my
joint
brother's
now.
ex-wife, her family would go. That's how I found out about it. Funny that we worked there and I never knew about it. You know, because it's when you get towards the bottom of
Because
Jersey.
they didn't want to pay bills.
I forget what block it's on. It's like one of them side streets that cut up. Like when you're coming up the bottom of Jersey.
Or
What is it?
Montgomery or one of those.
One of the ones that go like parallel with Jersey Street. Not one of the ones that go across. So if you're coming up Jersey, when you hit the terrace, you come up Jersey Street, like right where the Wu-Tang was, their store, and it kind of like breaks off.
Oh yeah, yes, I know exactly.
And
what
it
you're
goes
talking
up
about.
right
Yeah.
up there. When you went right up maybe 500 feet, there was a Polish joint, man. Food was fucking insane.
Yeah, you got a little stuffed cabbage.
Everything. Oh god, it was good
pierogies.
food, man.
That's why when people are like, "Oh, I got pierogies," I said, "Stop reading the fucking labels. It's pierogies." But then the Italian end too, we get that too with the gabagool, the old gabagool.
No. Gobble gobble. Gobble gobble like a turkey. Gobble gobble like a turkey.
Oh man, yeah, but it's Thanksgiving's over. It's crazy.
Stop
I feel
playing,
like,
man.
and I think the weather now is really what's making it feel like it's just gonna come in like a bat out of hell.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have a little snow this year.
I'm just so sick of it. I'm fucking sick of it, bro.
Sick of the cold weather?
Yeah, I hate the fucking.
We only
cold.
had 2 weeks of it.
I just hate it. I know it's coming, and I fucking hate it. Like I said, I was out putting strings lights up yesterday. Fucking miserable, freezing.
You were freezing.
But it's gonna come in, and that's what I don't miss about the job, about the cold days. It fucking sucked. Those were the worst days for me. It's just, I mean, once you got moving, you were fine. But
that.
I hated layering up. I hated the snow.
I never really light it up, but I fucking hate it.
We'd work hours upon hours for an inch and a half of snow. It just sucked.
When I hear people complaining about their job or they're just fucking lazy at their job, and you notice shit. You notice people. In my head, I'm always like, this motherfucker wouldn't last 2 minutes outside, ice fucking rain, sickles on your fucking nose, picking up fucking garbage every fucking pet. I'm like, there's no way. Let me tell you, that job that we did.
Blow your nose, icicles come out and shit. Yep.
That job that we did, you either like it or you fucking hate it. And I would see guys that would work with us, and you would see it, they hate it. I would go, this guy's got to do this for 20 years. Like, it didn't bother me. I never hated it.
No.
But it sucked. But
It was
I
miserable.
knew the end game or whatever. But when you see other people doing bullshit jobs
Yeah. And
complaining, I'm like, bro, this is fucking nothing. The real world's going to smack you in the face.
Yeah. No, it was waking up on those mornings where, hey, it's going to be. And you would get don't be outside too long. It's like that's our job. We have to be outside,
Hanging on that truck when it was fucking cold was the worst.
Oh, man. It was
Fucking
fucking
worst.
freezing. You like turn your back,
Worst.
barely hanging on. You didn't care. You'd rather fall off
Bro, it was bad.
than take that wind in the face.
You would finish that route, and you'd be on the way to the dump throwing out. You'd be like, thank God it's over.
Yeah.
Fucking thank God. And people wonder why we ran our balls off.
But this was a nice, it was a good time during the year of, Christmas coming up on the job.
Yeah.
People always were a little nicer.
Yeah, without doubt.
Would come out, take care of you here and there. And I remember one year, I think I was with Kaz Day, fucking Eddie.
Fucking Fats Day.
And we were picking up Grady's, over near Grady's house.
Okay.
Timmy Grady. And he comes out, he was having like a holiday party. And he's like, hey, I don't drink this shit no more. So he gives us like a 12-pack. So I'm like, all right. Kaz Day jumps out, and it happened to snow. Fucking grabs snow, throws it in the whole side bin.
Your best friend was snow in the side bin if you're putting beers in there.
The side bin, loaded it up, and we just had bottles of beer in there. And there's nothing like just walking down the street, picking garbage up, having a few cocktails.
Especially at that time of the year.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
You know, people are out, people are enjoying life, and you're just sludging through the snow.
I would
picking
always
up
get
fucking
like to
trash.
hand you a bottle of wine, and I'd be like, "The fuck am I doing with this?"
You're chugging
Thank you very
bottles of
much.
wine. Yeah.
Thank you.
No, but it was a fun part of the job where people were just nicer to us all around.
Yeah, definitely.
We didn't get the hate that we did the
No.
rest of the year.
No, because people tend to be happy that time of the year.
Yeah,
You know.
until they get their credit card bills.
Yeah. Well,
And it's
that's a
like,
whole fucking story.
God damn it. I should have got the refund for those bottles.
I was talking to a young kid that just got on.
Uh-huh.
So they do a month where they have to be days, right? Were we a
Yeah.
month or we were 2 weeks?
I think it was 2 weeks.
Yeah, they're a month now. I said, bro, enjoy this shit because you ain't gonna know where the fuck you are. He's
They'll be bouncing around.
It's not gonna be that bad. I go, bro. The first day you're gonna be 12 to 8. The first chance they get to kick you nights, you're nights, bro. It's over.
Yeah, and it's hard to come back from.
Well, now he's like doing a lot of round robins and shit.
Yeah.
He's they adjust to it because kids aren't used to that. These kids are young. They're 21. He's 21 years old. He's a pup.
Yeah, round robin, what he means is like, so you'll work 4 to 12
Yeah.
on like Monday. Then you'll work 8 to 4 on Tuesday. Then work 12 to 8 on Wednesday. So you get 8 hours in between all those shifts of every time. And it's just like,
Goes by quick.
it 3 days goes in a blink.
Yeah, but remember, you're not doing that. Most of these kids, not all of them, are doing it from another borough. So they
Yeah.
got to come home. You work 4 to 12. You're probably not getting home till like after 1, right?
Yeah, they don't have the luxury of being home in 10
So
minutes.
yeah, you get home. Say you get home at 1. You have to shower. You got to remember, this is you coming home from a shift. So
Yeah.
you got to force yourself to fall asleep because you got to be back in Brooklyn by 8 a.m.
Yeah,
So,
and if it's during the week, you
how
got to
much-
get over that bridge.
Yeah, you're
certain
leaving at
time.
fucking
You gotta
7
leave at
o'clock. You
6
got
in
to
the
be
morning.
6:30.
Yeah.
And then you come home from that shift at 8 to 4. And what are you going to do? Maybe have dinner, take a shower, have dinner,
Go to bed.
and go to sleep for a couple of hours. And you got to be back that same night, 12 to 8.
Yeah, to 12 dates after a round robin. That was the worst end of it. Of course, it's the last one, but
Yeah.
it's just so hard to even get that sleep before, then stay up for the 8 hours.
You want to know what he's getting a taste of? The 4 to 12 on a Saturday and the 12 to 8 on a Monday.
Yeah.
You don't even, it's like,
So you just get a day
you just get a fucking day, basically.
Yeah.
Not even, because you got to go to work that night.
in the traveling. Yeah.
Sucks.
No, those are the things I don't miss about the job. And like you said, I never really complained about it much. What I hated the most about the job was when you had to be in a spreader for 12 hours.
Yeah, that was the worst.
And you knew it wasn't going to snow. But it was icy conditions, or they're calling for it.
Yeah.
Some meteorologist got something up his ass and
Yeah.
now wants to scare the entire fucking East Coast. And now you sit out there all goddamn night eating Snickers bars, and it doesn't come.
In the beginning of the job, I don't even think we were able, like, we didn't, you couldn't watch shit, like, because you didn't have a phone like that. Right?
No. Yeah, we didn't have phones. But those years prior, we would all be in the garage. But
Until
then
it was time to go out.
But then somebody got a bug up their ass on the job and
Yeah.
said, well, I don't want them in the garage.
Yeah.
So now everybody got to go sit on corners. Then people complained that the trucks were idling on the street. Bring them all back in. Then, no, what? Now we're going
Pre-position's the worst.
Yeah, it was just you're sitting on a corner pre-positioned on like the start of your route. But there were a lot of times where it's like, I'm not going to sit on this corner. These people are sleeping.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you're working 12 to 12, midnight to 12
Yeah, I
in the
would go
afternoon.
park somewhere.
Yeah, you had to park somewhere close by where there's a business or something that's closed. But there were trucks littered all over New York because somebody in the borough got something up their ass that they didn't want us hanging out in the garages.
Dude, when they got the GPSs, it was so fucked.
But it's not even that. It's like you became a boss, right? Somebody became a boss and then feels like, oh, well, if I have to be out here driving around giving reports of street conditions and everything else. Now, you know what? Fuck the rest of these guys.
Yeah.
And it's just stupid. Like, to me, it was like, why are we all out there? Because you would have people on a Friday, Saturday night leaving bars, drinking, driving into trucks, like that are just sitting idling on the street, and it was just pointless.
I listen. You know how I was. I didn't listen to any boss. I was kind of a dick.
You were a lone ranger.
I was just a dick. Because I didn't feel like you deserved the right to be like the dick to me. So I didn't give you the opportunity to be nice to me. Your first interaction with me was I was a dick to you. So that right off the bat, like, oh, this guy gets is fucked up.
Yeah.
And that's what I wanted. I wanted you to be on your fucking toes to know that I'm not going to put up with your bullshit.
Yeah.
Like they would say stupid shit. If I just say you pulled over in the middle of a storm, say you're 7 hours in.
Yeah.
I'm fucking closing my eyes and I get some dick rolls up on me banging on the fucking truck. What are you doing? What do you think I'm fucking doing? I've been driving around for 7 hours. I'm closing my eyes for fucking 20 minutes because I'm going to start bouncing off of shit.
Yeah, because I think one point on the job, somebody had taken a picture. Now cell phones came out, so somebody took a picture of a guy sleeping in the truck. But it was, it wasn't easy to stay up for the 12 hour. It's grueling in that sense of you're just driving around in fucking circles. And that's why I would go venture off. And I would venture off. Yeah, I would tell the bosses, listen, I can't make any of these streets more black.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just driving around now at this point.
That's what I would
looking for snow somewhere to do something.
I would go to my neighborhood after I finished my route.
Yeah, and clean up around.
I would clean up around my neighborhood.
See, I stopped doing that one day. One night I got home after a 12 hour. It was like 5-6 days in. I was exhausted, but we got like 30 inches.
Yeah.
So I wasn't able to like shovel. I'm not going to shovel at midnight when I get home or 3 a.m.
Yeah.
And I cleaned my entire area. I lived on the corner. Remember my old house on St. Anne? So I literally would clean that entire corner. And then one day I get home and all my neighbors moved their cars into those spots. And I had nowhere to. I literally pulled on the sidewalk. And Wendy wakes up because I'm friggin' spinning the tires trying to get the truck parked up on the curb. She's like, what are you doing? I said, fuck all these people. I'm done. Yeah. I'm not even coming here and shoveling out my spot. I'll deal with it later in the day. Yeah. Because it's just fucking ridiculous. And then I would do like my mother's block. You remember, I mean, that place, there wasn't an inch of snow anywhere to be found on that block when I left.
That's how I was with my neighborhood.
But I was always smart too with it. I would tell the boss, I would go over, hey, do me a favor, write this street on there. Write this street on it. So that if somebody got stupid, why are you over here? Once the RAS track and all that shit came out, I'm like, it just, to me, it's like, I'm still cleaning snow. Who cares where the fuck I'm at?
As long as my philosophy was, as long as my fucking route's blacktop, I'll go wherever the fuck I want to go and help whoever I want to help.
Well, as long as you're working.
I'm not doing anything wrong. It's a fucking city street.
And that's the kicker. It's like, all right, so there were certain areas where it was like high end, you had to do it. Yeah. And not even high end, like people money wise, but like the hospital route, like Bard Avenue, the hills down near the ferry. Like those were, you had to get them in the middle of the night because once cars came on those blocks, you couldn't get up and down them anymore. Like it became a nightmare.
My cousin lived across the street from Doherty.
Oh, that guy's fucking,
Hills, right?
He was a douche.
My cousin said when it snowed, it was nice, but it also sucked. Yeah. Because all you kept hearing coming up the block was plow trucks. Plow after fucking, they just kept coming doing this block. Till it got to a point where you weren't allowed to drive on that block unless you had that route. Because I guess they must have said to Doherty, like, listen, John, this is getting carried away.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you think about it, if you do think about it, it gets a little out of control when it's constant. Because it's the trucks. Yeah, you tripped in the blades on the manhole covers, and it just becomes a lot. And I would get frustrated at times where it's like you're giving me the same route I did yesterday. It has not snowed. Yeah, I know for a fact those streets are done. Like, where are the people checking to see what's done and what isn't?
It sucks. It totally sucks.
Because then you would read in the papers that we don't do our jobs. We suck with this, with that.
Yeah, I suck.
It's
I still laugh at people. Bro, I still have people complaining about their fucking garbage man. I'm like, I don't even know who they are. If I walked in that fucking garage, I don't know anybody.
All the time, yo.
Like, I don't fucking know what you're talking about.
all
You
the
know what the
time.
big thing is now, Wayne? You still have any family set down?
I do.
Do they complain to you about all this new pale shit?
No, nobody's gotten into
All
it.
right, so I'm gonna post a video. I'll do it at my house with the whole fucking regulations of it, and
Yeah.
I'll post it on a YouTube, and I'll post it on all our shit. I'll definitely do that because I went on ChatGPT. I made a call to my cousin who's a chief to find out everything. He gave me a website to go on that explains it perfectly. I'll give all that information. I'll do that today when I go home. So now, when I was at 3, you were in 1. 1 had implemented fucking
Food scraps.
food scraps.
Yep.
Right? So it's back in play, bro.
Yep.
Every house in Staten Island has it, right? So I guess every house in the city, you know, they drop the pill off at your house.
Mm-hmm.
So people are like, I don't know what food scraps are. I'm like, fuck that shit. Don't even put the pail out. You know how long it's gonna fucking take?
To fill the pail.
So now everybody's asking about the food scraps, right?
Yeah.
So you know what it is. It's potato peels, bananas,
Eggs.
yard waste,
Yeah.
eggshells, all the stupid shit. Which this is all from fucking de Blasio with that other lady. When it failed, she wanted as a jump off to her political career.
Yep.
Garcia. I don't know how the fuck it got implemented back where it's citywide like that. That's not the only problem. They're making everybody get new pails.
Regular garbage pails.
Oh, they're flip lids.
Yeah.
They're big pails. So everybody's asking, well, what do I do about this? What do I do about that? I said, the pails, I rent my house. So my landlord has to buy all that shit, not me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, I talked to my cousin, and it's 4 bags. You're allowed to have 4 garbage bags in it. So like kitchen bags.
So you could pull them out.
So you can pull them out. He didn't say nothing about tipping it and flipping it. Remember they used to say that with the 90 gallons? How do you want,
Yep.
how do you expect me to fucking dump a 90-gallon pail? The pail itself weighs fucking 60 pounds.
Yep.
So that's the fucking upheaval right now with everybody in Staten Island. They're all upset about these fucking pails, and that's all I hear about. And they come to me. I'm like, I have no fucking idea. I said, all I know is I ain't fucking doing scraps.
Yeah, I ran into a chief. Well, he's retired now. He was a 3 or 4 when he left. He was kind of my hook, which I never needed. But we were talking like 2 weeks ago about it, and it was funny because he's like, "Yeah, thank God I left because of all this pail shit." He's like, "It's never gonna work." And
So
I remember
stupid.
when they gave those food scrap pails, the food waste pails out.
Yeah,
in
14,
all the
right?
districts in 14.
Yeah.
Dude, you would go pick up regular garbage, and that pail would be in it. Like the people were like, I don't even want
I don't want
it.
it.
Get it out of here. Throw it in the garbage.
Stupid.
I was taking them from people and giving them out
Yeah.
to people. Like I had people using them in their yards
As a
just for
cooler.
like it's like a cooler or something like that because people just didn't want them. People don't
Listen,
want the change of that. Just
They got stuck with them, bro.
yeah.
They bought all these fucking pails.
Dude, it was like an army of these things in the landfill.
They're sitting in a warehouse
1,000.
somewhere.
No, it was on the landfill.
Wherever they are,
Yeah.
there's a gazillion of them.
There were
And they said
pallets
we
of
gotta
bags.
we gotta do something with this.
Yeah.
And it's not gonna work. And you're picking it up in a so the kid says to me, the kid's working in Brooklyn, that just got on, he's like, I don't get it. How am I supposed to take bulk in that on the other side? Because when you're doing it, you're doing it on a split body.
Yeah.
And I guess the biggest side, which was for us, the paper.
Yep.
The biggest
It's gonna
side
be
you
for
use it for garbage, and the other side you use it for that bullshit. I go, bro, that's the beauty of it. Don't take one piece of bulk.
Yeah.
I don't give a
couches
fuck
don't
what
go.
it is. Nothing.
But now
I
they're going
wouldn't
to
take
get bulk.
anything.
Are they getting bulk trucks back?
No.
So how are these people getting rid of this
First
stuff?
pickup or second, whichever pickup is a
Oh,
regular
the
truck.
secondary pickup's going to be just the pails.
Just the garbage.
That's never going to work. It's just going to be more of a nightmare for that. But
100%.
and we could dig more into that. We'll look around and see what the real rules are.
I'm gonna do it today. I'll make the video today. It's a lot of fucking stupid shit.
Yeah.
Tons of stupid shit.
Well, that's the job's going to change. You got new heads in there now. The other girl gave up. The other commissioner quit.
Fuck her.
She couldn't do it. But
Fucking weirdo.
yeah,
I'll tell you the website right now, real quick.
get into the website, and then we're gonna sign
Yeah.
off here and go get cold. I gotta get an ice plunge. That's what I think I gotta get. I gotta rejuvenate my body. I gotta get a little rejuvenate.
I have no signal in this fucking miserable fucking basement.
This is like
Here
my
we go.
bunker, bro.
So everybody, the name of the site is New York NYC BIN FAQ. It's a sanitation website, and you go to that. New York City Department of Sanitation website, and you go to NYC BIN FAQ. It'll give you everything you need to know about the stupid bullshit with the pails and with the food scraps. It's a fucking joke.
It's just more aggravating to people. Once again, the changes and just it could just be so much easier if the city would just fucking let the guys do their jobs. They just have to make it so miserable. And then you have miserable guys working, and unfortunately that's where the job goes. Goes right out.
Right now, they don't put my pail back, these motherfuckers.
That's a whole nother story. But all right, we're gonna sign off. We'll get into something after this, but remember, be nice to people. You never know what somebody's going through. Peace out, y'all.
Have a great day, everybody. Be good.
What's up? What's up? What's up? Yeah. Get a load of this.